morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the support and resistance levels. It is Sunday, the 26th of July. Looking at Bitcoin against the dollar, looking at the daily candlesticks here. At the MACD we're seeing that bullish trend for the day with the widening of the histograms there. So we're going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall through the pivot at 96.75 to support a run at this first major resistance level sitting at 97.94. Another broad-based crypto rally and expect a breakout from the second major resistance level sitting at 98.74 to test resistance at 10,000 before any pullback. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 95.95 into play. Should see Bitcoin avoid second major support level at 94.76. Looking at the moving averages, we're also seeing a widening of the 50 from the 100 and 200, supporting a breakout on the day. Bitcoin would need to avoid a pullback through that pivot, however. Just having a quick look at the trend analysis as well. That bullish trend formed back in mid-March. So we've got a key resistance level sitting here at 97.95 as well. So expect plenty of resistance there for Bitcoin to have to push through to get out through that first major resistance level and then target the second key resistance level at 10.398, which will be needed to support that near-term bullish trend. Moving across to EOS against the dollar, slightly bearish start to the day. Going to need to see EOS avoid a fall through the pivot at 69.42. Support around this first major resistance level sitting at 7.880. Going to need support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high 75.16. So barring a broad-based crypto rally on the day, should see that first major resistance level cap any upside. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 63.67 into play. Should see EOS avoid sub 260s. Second major support level sits at 54.29. MACD's pointing to a bullish day ahead with a widening of the bullish histograms, and we're seeing a continued narrowing of the 50 to the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside. Looking at the trend analysis, a breakout from today's first major resistance level would bring this first key resistance level at 2.9s into play. EOS will need to break out through 2.9s to then target 3.11s, which is the key resistance level to support that near-term bullish trend formed back in mid-March. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar. Slightly bearish start to the day after yesterday's breakout. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 298 to support around this first major resistance level sitting at 317. Support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high 310. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 286.85 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Ethereum avoid sub 280s. Second major support level sits at 268. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the histograms there, supportive of a bullish day ahead, and we're seeing the 50-day moving average widen from the 100 and 200. So avoiding a pullback through that pivot would be key. A breakout through 310s would support the near-term bullish trend formed back in mid-March. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the dollar, bullish start to the day here. So Bitcoin should avoid the pivot level at 21.23 and support another run at the first major resistance level sitting at 22.06. Going to need to see support from the broader market, however, to break out from the morning high 22. So expect plenty of resistance at 22. In the event of a breakout, want to see Ripple's XRP to begin targeting a move through to 23s. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 20.67 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, however, we should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 21s on the day. Looking at the MACD, widening of the bullish histogram, supportive of this morning's breakout. So holding on to 21s and another run through to 22 would support upward momentum. And we're seeing a possible crossover here on the moving averages, the 50 over the 100. So keep an eye on that. Any further narrowing and expect a breakout from 22.